Hello, you might remember me from such issues as I've been working on this for 50 hours to get a standalone and I can't get it. I finally tracked down what the level 0 was. Turtle and some of the guys are nice enough to say it was the scene. So I tracked down the scene element problem. It's this item drop buffer element thing. So if we lower this value down to 0, it looks like a normal thing in Unity. But look, you do this values, that's corrupted in Unity, right? You see some stuff back here. It's weird. It's just my item, it's my item drop table, and it works in the editor. I run it and it drops items, But when I build a standalone, I guess this is corrupted in the standalone version, right? I'll show you what it looks like in standalone. I'll show you the crash real fast. Takes 2 seconds. Level. We know about level 0. It's here. It's corrupted. Remove and launch again. So if I remove this, it'll launch. It'll be fine. I have to remove my item drop buffer element authoring. And we'll look at this class. Maybe my class is messed up. I'm making a very complicated, I'm making a very complicated inventory system, right? Because I'm making an MMO that wants to last a couple decades, right? So I have, here's my thing, generate authoring component. It says to do that. Internal buffer capacity 50. I just guessed around 50 drops. Maybe I should, maybe drop it down to 10. Couldn't hurt. That's just a guesstimation. So I have something that's like, if you have it on you, don't drop it when you die. Just the indexing of it. I forget what this is for. This is for on the networking to keep it synced. Then okay, so check it out. This is what's really cool about my inventory system. I'm going to boast about my inventory system for a little bit before we get back to Unity bugs. The mass is how much it weighs, right? It's not weighs. It's how much it has mass, right? And then it has a temperature, measured in Kelvin, right? And then you obviously have your durability, 0 to 999. It gets 10,000 breaks. Quality, higher quality is better, and radiation, it picks up radiation as you go along, so it becomes more deadly to have. And then you have your volume, but the thing is, this volume is generated based on the mass and some other stuff. You get the volume so you get the volume of like a gas and stuff. We use the ideal gas law there, but otherwise the volume is mass divided by the liquid density or the solid density. So what happens is in your inventory system, in your spaceship, you start hitting with flamethrowers and stuff, your Kelvin will go up, or you use your thrusters a lot, you don't have enough like dissipation disks, your temperature go up. Your cargo might actually melt or catch on fire. I think there's a flammability. There's other, this is in the dictionary, this is all the data. This is like the malleable data that can change on an item. But there's actually like another system that has all the dictionary and all the information, and like based on how like it changes the gas, the solid, liquid, plasma, all like cool stuff. And it has a Diablo. Remember Diablo 2 has the grid system. We're gonna have like a cubic system where it has an array of grids on it. But I mean, it's like it's a very complicated inventory system. I'm doing a lot of science in it, and it's actually funny. I started doing science in this. I remember about high school like science, and then I ended up starting to do the same stuff at work because I was a research scientist and stuff. But so there's some other random stuff about it. But anyway, like there's nothing in here that looks really suspect, right? A boolean, integer, float, and float. I'm not sure why this doesn't compile, right? Why is that compile? I think it has something to do with this thing where it's like, this is like a Unity thing, right? There's no reason it should be like this. This is bleeding under here. See, it says it's bleeding under that shader, right? It's going under here. Oh, hello. So I bet if I move this up, we'll see it. Let's see, move up. I can't move it up. Let's see if I can move this up. So we move up, then like it doesn't even show you this stuff down here. Like it's, move that. So we'll move down. And we move it back down. See, it's like it's weird. I can't edit that. Like, what's going on here, man? And this is why I can't compile. I can't launch my game because of this Unity bug here. Like, if I just remove the drops, like, you know what? Maybe I'll launch a version without items that drop. But like, I may have to be. I don't know if it has to do with this error, if the user interface is crashing here, or it just doesn't like item drop buffer elements on things that are not already compiled as. You know what? It's below convert to entity. Let's move it up. If your stuff that's below convert to entity gives you issues, right? I don't know why it is. Like you think like by now Unity would have fixed that bug. So I'll just put the item drop buffer element. Make sure there's no other ones in these other ones. Item drop buffer element. And that should be about it. That's the end of the video as far as it's like easy to watch. I'm gonna keep videotaping this as I as I you know. So let's see, what is that? The center for one. Oh, I put the item drop above convert to any. That might actually be the problem, right? Who knows? But like I said, this video is basically over. Copy to delete. If you don't delete them, it still causes the error. So you can't just like disable them. Just having this item thing in the thing. Like if I hit this like this, if I hit this and it doesn't it'll still crash, right? So we're gonna go build me. I said you should probably stop watching here unless you're a Unity guy, want to fix your bug in Unity. This caused me an issue of 50 hours this past week. It's a lot of fret. That's 50 hours of work and 30 hours of fret. I've been doing nothing but trying to get this thing to compile. And thankfully, you have a lot of helpful people on the Unity forum. I'm not sure why the moderator took the post off. It's like we've had enough of you. It's like, you know, that was kind of absurd. I'm trying to help you make a better system, and you're trying to hide the fact that your system has bugs. That's not right. You should let people talk on the forums about this stuff. It helps you get better information. So anyway, I had lots of helpful people help me. I was able to diagnose this level 0. I just deleted the my MMO section. It's not an MMO quite yet. It's going to be there sometime. So it just takes 2 minutes to build. I think it's because it has a lot of scripts in it. I'm not scripts. I think it has because a lot of see these compiled shaders. I didn't know shaders compile. Why don't they just compile once? Why you have to compile every time you like launch, right? It's crazy, right? I have like 100 shaders. This stuff I downloaded off of, you know, Unity Asset Store. It shouldn't. None of that stuff should take time. I'm gonna look into that later. Like, why does this take so long to build? Not the big of a game right now, but I do like that Unity is doing many new experimental projects, right? When I say experimental projects, I'm using them. I'm using ECS dots. I'm actually I'm enjoying it. I love generic game. I love generic. I love generic Unity section. People like the best thing to do when you're a programmer, just disable your phone. So just don't listen to people. Are going to distract you. Best thing is just turn off the ringer, turn off the vibrate. Or it's not going to be a distraction. You don't have to carry your phone around when you go around live. People think everything's an emergency, and it's not. So one of the tips for a programmer: just shut your phone off when you code. There's nothing to be gained by leaving it on. There's not emergencies every day, and we lived in a time where there wasn't phone, and we still dealt with emergencies then. They have other people that call for emergencies. You don't have to call the programmer all the time. So it's not rude. It's not ignorant. It's just some people are cry wolfy. You know, just constant. It's like, okay, I like to get work done. You know, as a programmer, you know how I get distracted just a little bit. Issues. I think it crashed there. No, okay, here we go. It's launched. Yeah, it crashed. Okay, and it was, I believe it was the item buffer. So like we're just confirming here, it's item buffer. So I'll go back to here. Okay, so it's even above. It's even above. Look, we put it above. There's a while where it would convert to entity. You had to have above convert to entity. Remember that? There's a time in dots ECS where you didn't have a above convert to entity was a problem. So I'm going to remove this pretty tame script, wherever else my script is at. There, oh no, it's not above it. Move up. We'll move it up. Moving on up. Okay, here we go. Now it's above conversion entity. We might have an issue. We might have, okay now. File. When I hit Alt F, look what it does. It doesn't even go there. This is weird. But anyway, we can convert to entity. Let's try and build it. I said, there's no reason to watch this video right now. Otherwise, you want to hang out with Jim, watch Jim, what Jim's been doing for the past, like, 9 days. So, and, like, the thing is, like, I'm actually making progress, though. Like, I know what the problem is. It's just, it tracked it down to this. Someone help me build my assemblies. I tell you, here's another thing for whoever's doing Unity. This should be a really good. I'll put this on that UI guy, because this is an abysmal failure in user interface of Unity. And then Unity is a great tool. I'm not saying Unity is an abysmal failure. I say there's other tools that are abysmal failures because the user interface renders them unusable, like StarCraft World Editor. Oh my God, people have no clue what they're doing in that, because like the people who wrote it had no clue what they were doing when they wrote it. It's like, okay, it works, just throw it out there. People use the internet, they'll figure out how to use it. You know, they don't. That's not how you write software. You have to write it in a way that people know how to use it right off the bat. Intuitive. and then you have to make sure it doesn't frustrate the user. You know, it saves them time, get an assembly line. There's a couple things that you get in a user interface that's just standard. You can't beat it with TNC surf designs, stuff all over the place. You know, you can't do non-standard user interface and go, it's flashy. You know, that's not how it works. Like, you have to know the basics in order to do the flashy design, upper level stuff. But people are like, oh, it's upper level. It's just crazy. I don't understand. It's abstract art. Anything's abstract art. No, that's not true. Just slapping like tomato sauce on a piece of paper, that's not art, right? You know, it's that you think you just have no clue what you're talking about, right? So that's how it is for most user interfaces. And the worst part is they're normally designed by executives who go like to Harvard and stuff. Have no clue what it's. They don't use computers growing up. They don't have no clue what they're doing, and they're like, do that because it looks like, you know, Word. You know. Anyway, enough trashing other people's user interfaces. Unity is a good product. It has a couple user interface problems. One of which, other than that freaking error, the stuff spammy under there, my item drop buffer element thing, that's just a bug. You know, they shouldn't be rendering data under data. It should expand the thing. It's even when I make a new one, it's corrupted somehow. But let's roll it back. So another problem I had on compiling was the Unity, the addressables. I hit build. It took a while to think, well, I had the cursor like that. You see how the cursor's like that spinning? Then it was done. And I thought, you know, it went back to normal cursor, it built, right? No, that's not true. Unless you have the console up, it didn't send the errors. So I think what you have to do is, this is for the Unity asset people. You should, when people build their addressables, just force the console to render so they see it exists. Okay. That's all. That'll fix that user interface problem. That would have saved me 30 hours this past week of nonstop harassment and like annoying. So anyway, it looks like look, it threw the item drop buffer down at the bottom again, which is weird. Let's just remove it. What the? So we're gonna remove it. What the? Callow. We're gonna move this. Okay. So we remove it, and then I think we compile now, just so you confirm. It will run. This will be proper. I had to get rid of my item, my starships dropping like iron when it gets destroyed, or schematics for building capital ships and stuff. Can't drop anything. There's a bug in Unity. Oh. And that's fine. You guys will fix it. I feel confident, and I hope you understand what I meant by the build, like the addressables build, because I'll actually show you later. I'll show you the addressables build. Oh man, I'll just leave my shoes on. Like this place is like the carpet needs to. Who cares about that? Like the reason they have everybody at dojos, like karate dojos, take their shoes off is because like sometimes your shoes are like funkified, man. They don't want that on the thing, and then no one can walk on it bare feet, right? But if everybody goes bare feet and you just wash it, then everything's cool. Everything's dandy. One of the dreams I have when I make money, I want to be able to make my old sensei his own dojo, right? And he doesn't teach this type of karate. This is just dancey karate for show. It's like in your public, you know, if you're in public and you're doing parkour, the last thing you want to be doing is like, ho, 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 ho. Because someone's going to freaking shoot you. I mean, not necessarily, but, you know, you're trying to look threatening and intimidating. You want to be training, keep yourself in shape all the time. But you don't want to ever look threatening in public. It makes you look like a douche, you know. So in public, you have to be like all like dancing and stuff. And like sometimes you end up inventing a new own style because you want to be thrown out like a kick, you know. Like it looks dancey. You look like a Michael Jackson, ho ho, you know. Like, but like if you're like boom 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 doing katas and stuff, it makes you look like a jerk, you know. So my style has converted into basically just lazy. Looks like kung fu almost. Like, you know, it's like it's stupid. It's just like a form of dance, you know. Just be dancing here because like. They're like, Jim, that's weird. Why are you always doing kung fu? Why are you always dancing in public? So people look at it and think it's funny. I get girls stop me all the time and say, hey, that's funny. I'm like, hey, thanks for laughing at me. Like, they laugh more, you know. If you take yourself too seriously, no one's going to take you seriously, you know. So, and then you make people happy as you go along. So this will launch, and it's a very likelihood it will not crash. Because there's only one thing we deleted. It was ItemBufferElement. Watch it run. You gonna run or you're gonna make me a liar? Whew, come on, don't make me a liar. There you go. It ran. See? It's not crashing. For some reason, I want to play my game. This is Starfighter General on Steam. This is my buddy. He has one of the best base. He's not actually my buddy in real life. He just saw me in my game. He liked my game, so he built. It's one of the biggest bases on the game. I'm gonna raid his base. You don't have to beat his base. You just kill the mining operations in the silos. Kind of like Clash of Clans, right? I gotta pick up some scrap, and I'll go do a suicide run into his turret. Kamikaze! Bonsai! What's funny is like people say bonsai, but bonsai, here I'm dead. Boom. No. Anyway, so that's a run of that, and here's the actual, here's the mission I'm trying to make, the foundation beta. I say, index out of range must be non-negative in the side collection. That's actually interesting. Hold on. But anyway, before I close this video, I want to show you what I'm talking about addressables. There's a couple things I have to do. It's on my mind. You know how your mind starts to go, well, maybe it's that, maybe it's that, maybe it's that. And meanwhile, I'm trying to present a thing. So we got addressables, groups, tools. I think it's build. Okay, so you get new build. Okay, and then you go, and you click that, right? I almost don't want to click it right now because I'll click it. So it's like, but it doesn't say this. It just. So I'm just gonna hit cancel. So what happens? It thinks. You see how it's thinking? Then it stops. But if you don't hit Control C, Control Shift C or whatever, you don't see the development console. Then you don't see the failure, right? You don't see this failure. You never see this. You just thought, oh, it spawned, and then my mouse went normal. It built successfully, right? You know what I'm saying? You click build, click this, click that, you get that little spinny thing, and it goes back to normal mouse. You think you build successfully. You didn't know there was errors, right? It doesn't tell you there's errors. So I'm telling you, Unity, you should force this to pop up, okay? If there's an error, force that to pop up just for this specific thing, okay? It would have saved me, personally, 30 hours, you know? It could save other people any subset of 30 hours. This would take an intern 5 minutes to do, you know? So do it. And we'll go back to this and show the original problem. This is the major reason we put this in here. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Oh, anyway, we'll just delete this. I'll paste in here. There we go. So we're here. Got this stuff, and it's this thing here. This ItemDropBufferElement. Where is it? Where is it? Because I've highlighted all of them. Some of them don't, because some of your allies, and don't drop items, you know, because they're allies. Shot. I think maybe this one has it. One of them has an item drop. I can't even Google it for some reason. Like if I do the T, I don't know. Wait, hold on. It's a blue one. Let's see a blue one. It's a blue one. Okay, it's a blue one. Should have item drop. Item have. Like partial like searches for stuff should. Oh, you've seen it earlier. The item drop thing. I removed it. It's this. This was removed, and it works. So I don't know why removing this works and why like the user interface was so bad. But like you had 2 user interface errors. I put this on that UI guy. I hope someone reviews this and fixes some stuff. All right, later.